Who are we? Who we are. My name is Muriel Gluck, and many people have been asking, who are the Gluck Sisters? It's important for me to tell you who we are because the assistance my sisters and I are seeking is rather exceptional. But before I tell you who we are, I would like to say thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to learn more about us. Thank you for caring, and thank you for contributing. My sisters Doreen, Jude, and I are people who do the everyday things that many people do. We hold doors open for people. We stop the elevator doors from closing so people can get in. We pick up things that have dropped in the supermarket. We vote. We recycle. And when we're in traffic, we allow people to merge in. And when people allow us to merge in, we wave thank you or hit our lights. We do unusual things. When we have something that we really like, rather than calling a company and complaining, we call with a compliment and say, hey, that whole wheat bread, delicious, and it's priced just right. Another thing that we do is sometimes when we know we're headed into Manhattan, we put little bags together to help people who are down and out on their luck, to know that they have a little sustenance for the day when we see people struggling. We do everything we do with passion and commitment, and I'm about to tell you about a couple of the projects that we are involved with and have been involved with for quite some time. In 1976, Doreen, the youngest sister, started Home Sweet Home. It's our avian rescue. She has helped many people and the birds they love with educational outreaches, adoptions, and working on behavioral problems. Our parents were blood donors, and we picked up the ball and ran with it when we were old enough to donate ourselves. Recently, we learned that only 3% of Americans donate blood, and we were furious. We hosted our own birthday blood drive. We would like to continue doing things like that and helping raise awareness with a project called Have a Seat and Be a Hero. Since the early 70s, we've been involved in breast cancer walks, starting with the American Cancer Society Walk on Jones Beach, the Revlon Walk in Manhattan, the Relay for Life all over Long Island, and we've done the Avon Walk for breast cancer, originally from Bear Mountain to New York City. This is a cause that's close to our hearts because between 79 and 96, I had 9 benign biopsies. In 2006, I was diagnosed with DCIS breast cancer, and I'm thrilled to tell you that this past May, my sisters and I celebrated my 6th year of being breast cancer free. We would like to continue to help raise money and awareness with a project called Driven to Find the Cure. We grew up behind our Army-Navy store on Jericho Turnpike in Huntington, Long Island, on a road that runs east and west, a 4-lane road. And we've seen many people use a bicycle as their only method of transportation, and they don't always do it so safely. So we would like to start a program, and of course that has a name too, GPS, Gluck Project Safety. We'd like to work with manufacturers and try to help these people get helmets, rain gear, and reflective wear so that their travel is safer. Living behind the store for 5 decades, we've been first responders at many automobile accidents, and when we travel, we try to help if we see the need. Doreen and I were traveling on the New York State Thruway 2 or 3 years ago in January and came upon this scene, pulled out of the way so we wouldn't get hurt, and stopped. A young woman was unscathed, but we stayed until emergency services got there. We take driving very seriously and have a pretty good record. We've been driving a combined total of 118 years, and we've covered approximately 2 million miles. And I'm proud to say that not one of us has had a ticket, a point on our license, or ever caused an accident. We are women who cannot turn our heads and look the other way. We like to help people. Individually, we have things that we're interested in, and one of my interests is water exercise. I became certified by the Arthritis Foundation and worked with a man named Bill Henry for weeks and weeks up in Saratoga Springs. Bill called me and he needed to have a hip replacement and couldn't find a replacement instructor. So twice a week for 8 weeks, I drove to Saratoga Springs. Thankfully, gas was a lot less expensive then, but I wouldn't want to disappoint the people in the class. As I said, I have a passion for donating blood, and in 2010, I received a call from the New York Blood Center in Manhattan and donated leukapheresis, white blood cells, 3 times to a young girl who was fighting for her life, an 8-year-old girl fighting for her life with leukemia. I've done the Avon walk, and then I said to myself, I'm walking, I'm on my feet 7 days a week. Why don't I think about participating in another way? This year I'll celebrate my 6th year as a crew member driving a sweep vehicle in Manhattan to help walkers who are too tired to walk. Jude has a Harley and has participated in many events to raise funds. Bikers for Babes, the Rough Riders Toy Run for pets. She is working with a group of women to help trap, neuter, and release feral cats. And when she was commuting by railroad to Manhattan, very often I would expect to pick her up in Cold Spring Harbor, and she'd call and say, no, don't go to Cold Spring Harbor, I'm in Greenlawn. She's helped people who have physical or visual problems get to their destinations more safely. Doreen has run our rescue, as I said, since 1976, helping birds and the people who love them. She's also been on the list for the police and fire department to help with domestic animals and wildlife. She's run out and helped with a 6-foot boa constrictor, giant turtle stuck in the parking lot in the Cold Spring Harbor train station. She also works as an unofficial route support and cheering section for the Avon Walk. We're women who like to help other people, and we'll always do that. We have done it and will continue to do it, but now we are in need of help ourselves. We need to raise $825,000 by August 2nd to save our property from public auction on August 7th. Our mortgage was paid off in 1981, and we owned our property free and clear for 25 years. And this happened because of the negligence of an attorney and the greed of a sibling. We haven't been able to find any one person to help us, so now we're reaching out and asking everyone to help us. If we could find 100,000 people to just make a contribution of $8.25, we could save our property. My sisters and I need a modern-day miracle. We need our plight to go viral in a globally good way. We're not looking for a handout, we're looking for a helping hand, and we hope you'll extend yours. Please watch our other videos, and please help save the Gluck Sisters. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts.